China pa.
In China,
Tapos
twice.
Tapos biglang may random drug test, yung number 1 and number 2, nung number 3. Totally random. Just the 2 finalists. No? Very random. Biglang si Brownlee pa yung nahuli. Very random.
Tapos nakakatawa kasi yung mga social media users nila, binash yung Chinese national team nila na nakakaya kayo, natalo kayo sa Pilipinas.
Actually, that's a good observation.
Ang tanong din, Richard, ang parati ko din tinatanong, para saan ba yung mga sports? Para saan ba yung mga medals? Parang a country like Singapore, wala silang mga medals, wala silang masyadong
naka-bronze naman sila this year.
They get bronze lang, they get ano lang. Pero kumbaga yung economy nila, ang ganda. Kumbaga para saan ba? Parang sa akin ang punto ko, it's for the happiness of the people. Kasi yung panalo sa basketball, yung mananalo tayo against yung parang nangyari doon sa qualifiers. Hindi mo malalagyan ng pressure yung happiness ng ordinaryong Pilipino, let's say jeepney driver or security guard or rider, na yung kaligayahan nila pag nananalo yung basketball team natin. I think yun yung gamit ng sports.
I think this is where I'm controversial, and I think this is where Ronald maybe can relate more to. This is where actually I'm more sentimental than you in a sense that, di ba, my counter-attack to you is that you're just being sentimental attachment lang yung basketball, hindi naman talaga sa. So kaya it came off really schmucky, I agree. But Ronald, ako kasi, and I think that's where Cuba comes from, yung prestige of the state, yung idea, di ba? Iba pa rin yung may bragging rights. I'll be honest, I really enjoyed those memes, yung bata naglalakad sa gitna, everyone corner, Philippines, tapos puro Aussie. I like that. I like that because as a Filipino, when I was growing up, medyo mas mahirap pa tayo dati. Parang dinadown tayo na ibang ASEAN countries. And I always felt, UP tayo, mayabang tayo. And then we go to National University of Singapore or University of Malaysia and then parang, Philippines. So, honestly, for me...
Nung sa Harvard ako, nagyabang din ako ron.
So, ngayon, so when you talk about basketball, ganun tayo sa ASEAN, no one comes close. Pero ako talaga, matters talaga, may gold medal ka, may yabang tayo. And there's the Thailand, kasi ang Thailand, di ba, may ano sa atin sa beauty pageant para.
Yes.
So, ang yabang nila sa atin sa Olympics, talo tayo sa kanila. Because Thailand has the most diverse portfolio, di ba, in terms of Olympic. Talo natin sila. And even Indonesia, which is 300 million people. So, for me, it's not just the prestige of state. As a Filipino, it feeds this sense of optimism. There's a future about the countries. So actually, I'm even more sentimental in that sense. And that's why I want us to invest in 4 or 5 sports that can give us gold and all. So I agree with you. Medal is not everything, but it's a lot. It's a lot. Especially kung may chip on shoulders ka na parang dina-down tayo mga Pilipino. Lalo yung mga Singapore. I don't know.
Mahugot May hugot si Richard Ikaw kasi lumalabas ka Kami kasi madalas lang kami dito
J-Mark knows that.
But ako, ang gusto kong makita yung totoong change. Yung more holistic change.
Of course. Pero we got that with Pacquiao Not just with the Olympics naman diba? Kay Pacquiao.
I talked about basketball courts, but for example, Carlos Yulo started his career at a playground in Manila, yung Paraiso ng Batang Maynila. Tagaron kami dati.
Correct.
Doon siya nagtatumbling. And bago siya dinala sa Rizal Memorial at pinag-tryout. Ngayon, yung park na yon, yung playground na yon, nakita ko, nadaanan ko a couple of weeks ago. Tamakan siya ng mga whatever stuff ng gobyerno, ng barangay. So wala nang green spaces. So how do you produce? Yes. How do you discover if you don't invest in spaces like that? Ako sa tingin ko yung gobyerno dapat yun yung paggastusan nila, yung basic infrastructure, not just
for all sorts of sports.
For all sorts of sports, right? And then once you identify the elite, pabayaan mo na yung mga sponsors na gumastos na.
But that's the argument that I use for football, because football used to be our number 1 sports from up to 1920s and 30s.
Yeah.
Alcantara. And one reason daw is because lahat naging condominium and all, wala nang place for stadium. So basketball became the practical one kasi baseball and football need huge stadiums. So actually, because of Trapo City planning, na-eliminate yung sport na yan. And syempre, Spain is now the number 1 team in football and all. And a part of me wonders, what if we were in football, maybe may masabi rin tayo sa Asia? Because I'll be honest, football is not a tall man's game. It is not. Look at Japan, man.
But you know what it is?
But
it's the rich man's game.
But it's a very expensive
like all the top countries in the world.
Morocco is poorer than us, but they were semi-finalists.
But their talent, like ours, come from the diaspora.
Yeah, French mostly.
At saka po yan.
Huli ako doon. Brazil!
Marunong.
Brazil!
Ano?
Argentina!
Kasi, pero
Yung
Aztecs din
America!
naman galing sa diaspora. Diba? We can't complain about them.
Saka yung mga bansa talaga.
Pilipinas natin, di ba?
Yung mga
Hindi, It's a very expensive sport. I agree. It's more expensive than
Hindi lang yun.
basketball.
Hindi lang yun. Yung mga bansa na talagang
Magaling sa
priority nilang
Football.
football, it's almost a religion. Religion yun eh.
Even more fanatic.
Even.
Mas fanatic.
Yeah, Maradona! Like, oh my God! Like, oh, yeah.
Magpapakamatay yung mga tao.
Worst.
Makabili ng ticket. Yan.
Yung mga stampede!
Oo.
Yung Colombia versus Uruguay,
Oo.
nagsusuntukan. Actually, it's worse. I mean, I'm not gonna defend that. As a
Kaya nga nakakatawa pag tinatalo ng Azkals yung Indonesia, yung Vietnam. Baliw na baliw kayo
It's
sa
not even
football.
us.
Hindi nga kami mahiling.
Una pa yung women's team
Yeah.
natin nakapasok.
Exactly.
Sa-
Oh.
Kahit sa Middle East, yung libro ni James.
Yeah.
Football and Islam.
Yeah.
Dalawa lang ang religion sa Middle East.
Yeah.
No?
Football.
Islam
Yung
and
ultras,
football.
yung ultras ng mga Al-Ahli,
Oo.
mga ganun, like from Egypt to Iran, ganun, like,
Yeah.
yes, football politics is crazy. Football, and pinapasokan ng intelligence security services, it's crazy all that. So no, I'm not gonna defend that. It's also very sentimental when it comes to football and all of that.
May idea din ako eh. How about parang
Oh, hindi ako nag-backtrack,
allocate we allocate
Mabait lang ako.
per LGU, per city,
Na-
na per sport. O Taguig, kayo bahala sa swimming. Makati, kayo bahala sa ganito.
Regional specialization.
Oo, regional special.
Does that make
para
sense to
they
you?
can focus. Kasi may budget naman
So,
sila eh.
so yung mga badyaw, swimming, gano'n.
No.
Cordillera, archery, gano'n.
The rich
Or
cities
climbing.
lang.
Well,
The rich.
in a capitalist country like ours, mahirap i-regulate yun.
Yung mayayaman na cities lang.
Oh.
Yung may sobrang budget sa
I come from Baguio. I think we're already strong like
Yun.
Team Lakay sa ano.
Oh, yun,
I
diba?
think, di ba isang gold na Indonesia is speed climbing na mountain?
Diba?
Kaya ng mga cordillera niya.
Parang
Speed
adapt as sport.
Wala lang yan sa amin.
Na
Eh.
Baguio could adapt kung
Yeah.
ano yung bagay sa mga
Pero
tao.
bro, alam mo saan ko gusto mag-specialize? Breakdance. Breaking.
Wala na sa next
Wala na sa next Olympics.
Na-eliminate. Sobrang, ganun daw sa Australia. Hi, what's your name? Like, do you dance this? Do you have a passport? Good. We're good to go. Let's go. Yun na yun. Wala na competition. Nakita mo yung nag-breakdance. Gumagana.
Vision nila yung
Ayan na. Mapunta na tayo dyan. Okay, now let's transition. Obviously, Jemark, the reason I also wanted you here is because you have done journalism for a long time at the highest level. GMA Network, we were together, we're Kapusos, and you just finished your fellowship at Harvard. Can you tell us a little bit about your research in Harvard and this interface of journalism and artificial intelligence?
Yeah, so...
See, Joe Rogan talaga tayo. No? We can do everything, bro.
All
Please
right,
go
I
ahead.
had a very long experience at GMA, all sorts of edicts, including having to manage...
Yeah! Like, you could see my hugot sila.
one of your failures.
Yeah. One of his proudest moment of patience.
Yeah.
Lalo kung dinabata ko yung isang DDS vlogger. These people were having heart attack over that. Never happens again. Don't worry.
I don't remember it.
Yeah.
I put that behind me.
Yeah, you were saying, Jim.
Yeah, but basically, before I went to Harvard, there was all this hype when ChatGPT was released, diba? This was going to change the world.
Right.
And so when I got there, people were thinking about how it was going to change the world of journalism. But a lot of the discussions were happening at the highest level, like ethics, which is good. That's good to know. But no one was trying to figure out how to use them inside the newsroom. So kung journalist ka, paano mo ba gagawin
Right.
yung AI, gagamitin yung AI in
To
your work,
favor. Yeah.
to your favor. And when I was doing my research there, parang na-discover ko na all of a sudden, top 5 na in the world ang Pilipinas sa paggamit ng ChatGPT. Diba?
At dito pa yung back offices nila, di ba?
Oh.
Yung mga nag-fix ng bugs.
Oh,
yung mga-
just the visits to ChatGPT. Top 5 in the world yung
Except yung mga
Pilipinas.
estudyante lang.
Exactly. So, minsan pag nag-zoom ako to train journalism professors,
Right.
sinasabi ko, ilan sa inyo yung gumagamit ng AI? And none of them would say yes.
No one will admit.
I will, no, or yung mga professors, so I will tell them, oh, kayo hindi gumagamit ng ChatGPT. Your students are already using ChatGPT. So imagine our audiences are ahead of us. If you're a journalist, you want to understand what your audience is doing and what impact this technology has on the future. You have to understand that technology and you have to figure out how to use it for your own purposes. So that
So
was
you develop an app?
I did.
Because your background niya, computer science, just to remind
UP.
Yeah,
UP Las
exactly.
Bañas ako, computer science, and UP Diliman, technology management.
You're the man.
Yeah, I developed an app, and ang unang sample ko, I wanted an AI to read COA reports. Because every government agency in the Philippines, every town, so we're talking about hundreds of towns, every local government unit has a COA report, and you couldn't possibly
go through all of them,
read
even
all
the
of
most conscientious journalists.
So why not use AI to read the COA reports, diba? And 2 years ago, even 2 years ago, that would have taken me to develop that hundreds of hours of training and thousands of documents just to have a working prototype. When ChatGPT was released, I developed an app in a couple of days to be able to do that. Now, it's not perfect. It's not by no means perfect. It's not even very good, right? Because
just good.
What you discover when you use AI is that you can't outsource your critical thinking to the AI. So it's impressive in a lot of things, but it's really dumb in a lot of ways. So if you query it and you ask it, pretend you're an investigative journalist, here's a COA report, tell me what are the red flags in this. It's gonna give you bullshit. It's not gonna give you anything you
hallucination tawag dun, di ba?
Or minsan, hindi niya makikita yung pinapahanap mo sa kanya. Diba? Parang, how would it know? Diba? It doesn't know what's a good story.
I've tried.
Won't that improve?
No.
Yeah, talagang ganyan na yan?
Because it's random eh. Sometimes, parang it's, and your question is also vague. Diba? Your question was, find me the story here.
So hindi totoo na autonomously, the whole, with more data, with more training, it perfects.
It proves ba?
No, because you have to tell it what is the correct, diba? Who would know that? It's you. So what I designed my app to do was you feed it the report, and what it does is it summarizes all the audit observations there. So if you read the COA report, there are a bunch of audit observations that are in this jargon, and what it does is it gives you bullet points. And now if you're a journalist, unang tingin mo pa lang, mukhang storya to. And you can ask the AI, tell me more about this, give me more details. And then it asks.
What about algorithmic bias? Yung racist AI, yung mga ganun, di ba yung nag-develop ng Google a few years ago, tapos sobrang racist daw siya. I was also told by some of my friends in the US, they were saying that if you look at iPhone, for instance, if hindi Caucasian yung face mo, it doesn't filter it well.
Yeah, that's part of the things.
Kaya Samsung na lang tayo kasi mas Asian yung nakuha niya sa filter, di ba?
Dapat mag-Vivo ka para.
Yun, di ba?
Iba na yung itsura ng ano mo.
Exactly.
Anyway, yung one of my professors, she was the pioneering researcher in algorithmic bias. I think she's a listener. Shout out kay Latanya Sweeney. But she discovered that when you Google your name, and if you have a black-sounding name, there will be an ad served to you asking if you've been arrested. Right? Because the machine learning algorithm learned the biases where chances are, if you're a black-sounding name, people would search for you whether you had an arrest record. And that was very damaging.
Racist,
okay. So what I found out, and what I preach when I do journalism workshops for AI, is that you just use it as a tool. The data should come from you. So in the case of the COA report, you vetted the COA report, diba? You know that it's the official document. You did the journalism.
Yeah, exactly.
And all the AI will do is summarize it for you.
Right.
Diba? So you don't use it as a source of information. So you use
it as a processor of information.
Exactly.
Right? So what you feed it, if you feed it bad stuff will come out. Right?
So it becomes a tool. It's not. It doesn't become, it's sort of an assistant, but it's not. You don't outsource your journalism.
So are you saying there was an AI hype? Because the markets are saying there was an AI hype. The crash we saw right now, the other day, in the stocks of all of the big tech companies, is the AI hype is kind of.
Yeah, I think so, because the more you use it, and I use it a lot. I don't know how much you use it. The more you try to use it for your everyday work, the more you realize how dumb it is.
Yeah.
Right? So it's still very impressive technology, but it's not going to
It's not world-class journalism or anything. Ronald, have you tried ChatGPT? Yeah.
Hindi pa.
I test sometimes like who's Richard Haydar. It gives me 10 different versions of my life.
Yeah.
Si Randy David,
Ginagawa niya.
kinento niya sa akin.
Grabe.
Sabi niya, marami siyang criticism about AI, especially sa ChatGPT.
Right.
Dahil pinapaliwanag niya sa akin bakit yung mga sagot ay kulang. Yun yung
Interesting.
pinapaliwanag niya. Alam mo naman, Neanderthal ako eh. Hindi ko
Yeah, but you're younger than no, because ako I've tried write as Richard Haydar about democracy, right? So because there's enough I've written, diba? So if you have written a lot of articles, hindi ako nag-flex. I'm just saying, not bad. Especially the latest version of chat, almost nakuha niyo yung cadence ng writing ko. I would say 70 to 75%.